From the Caribbean News Desk, the Morning Edition. Good morning, I'm Denis Chabrol.
And I'm Kendol Morgan with the latest from across the Caribbean.
Caribbean Community CARICOM foreign ministers are calling for an immediate end to hostilities between Israel and Iran. The CARICOM Council for Foreign and Community Relations COFCOR says the region is urging both nations to halt any further military actions that could worsen the situation, endangering not only their own populations but also the broader international community. The regional bloc wants the 5 veto nations on the UN Security Council to work assiduously towards an immediate ceasefire, ensuring the provision of necessary humanitarian aid and fostering conditions conducive to a lasting peace.
As some of the aircraft for the new Lear 2020 go on public display in home country Antigua, Barbuda, Prime Minister Gaston Brown is hinting the airline should be ready to begin flights in May. Prime Minister Brown told radio listeners on the weekend lease arrangements are being carefully timed and the authorities are awaiting final clearance on the planes from regulators, the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority, ECA.
So there are 3 of those jets that will be coming. Again, we're trying to time them in terms of their arrival here, but they were seen at 2 different locations. So there are 2 so far that has featured publicly. We hope that hopefully they will have them by the end of the month. Yeah, so we're just timing it, and I believe we're probably about 2 weeks away maximum. And we are hoping that we can commence the operations of 2020 sometime in May.
Key stakeholders, including CARICOM and the United States, have welcomed Haiti's establishment of a transitional presidential council, part of the formula recently agreed to by Haitian parties to end the political and socio-economic crisis in the troubled Caribbean country. The council will lead an interim governance structure whose immediate priorities will include tackling the growing security and humanitarian crisis and paving the way for the deployment of an international security force that will include personnel from the several Caribbean countries. Jean-Martin Breuer of World Food Programme Haiti tells French 24 English the situation in the Haitian capital remains dire.
I'm in Port-au-Prince, where there's been violence since late February. This violence has caused massive displacement. It's shut down schools, it's shut down places of work, and we're facing a humanitarian crisis here.
Suriname's President Chandrika Prasad Santokhi has been speaking with top executives of one of the companies that have been evaluated to build a river bridge to link Guyana. Here's Dennis with more.
Mr. Santokhi is currently on an official visit to China, where he is meeting with major business and political leaders. He says that he spoke with Wang Tongzhao, the chairman of China Communications Construction Company, which is the parent company of the China Road and Bridge Corporation, CRBC. The Surinamese leader says Mr. Wang indicated his intention to invest in Suriname, especially for the construction of the Guyana-Suriname Bridge over the Currentine River. Mr. Santokhi and Guyana's President Irfaan Ali last month met in Georgetown.
The Trinidad and Tobago-born President of the United Nations General Assembly, Mr. Denis Francis, launches the world body's first Sustainable Week today. Francis, who became UNGA President in September last year, wants the week to reignite global interest in the UN Sustainable Development Goals, especially after the setbacks caused by COVID-19 and recent geopolitical conflicts.
I would expect that all countries would make a deep dive and recommit to sustainability. That's why we decided to launch the sustainability campaign, the Choose Sustainability. We have to live more responsibly. We have to rethink how we use resources. We have to optimize the use of those resources.
Barbados is preparing to welcome several hundred Liberians to the island as part of a season of emancipation to be observed next month. The Back to Barbados pilgrimage celebrates the historic ties between Barbados and Liberia and comes in the 159th anniversary of the first Barbadian settlers moving to the African country. Minister of Culture Dr. Chantal Munro Knight announced the visit during the weekend launch of the Season of Emancipation and the 50th anniversary of the Crop Over Festival.
During the month of May, we will also welcome approximately 500 Liberians who would be undertaking a pilgrimage commemorating the 159th anniversary of the movement of over 346 Barbadians to Liberia. And over that period, or because of that movement, we gave Liberia 2 presidents.
Liberian Presidents Arthur and Edwin Barclay were of Barbadian descent. This has been the morning edition from the Caribbean News Desk. You may contact us by phone or WhatsApp on +592 700 9293. Thanks for listening.